Come to Knockhill, they said. It'll be lovely, they said. They lied.
I actually ended up 9th in the first session yesterday in the rain, which I was more than happy with. And then yesterday afternoon, I actually ended up 12th, which I was really surprised at.
FP1 went okay, to be honest. It was a wet track. We had a wet track at Alton Park as well, and the showing on the bike was really, really good. I was happy with the feeling. It was P1 for quite a bit of the session when it was actually wet. We tracked right out at the end and we dropped to P7, but felt really, really comfortable on the bike. The bike was really working well.
I made a really daft error fairly early on in the session. Before halfway through the session, I crashed coming out the last corner. I just dropped off the curb, which, I don't know, the wind's been quite bad here, and it pushed me out wide. I rolled off because I knew I was going too wide, and I thought I'd rolled enough, and I obviously hadn't, and I managed to still make the edge of the curb and dropped off and high-sided myself over the top. So I missed most of the session yesterday, which is a bit of a shame. I still ended up 12th, which I wasn't really expecting, and I was actually hoping to be kind of 13th down to get some more laps today and get out in Q1. As it stands, I've actually qualified for Q2 already, so I'll end up with less laps, which is not necessarily what I wanted, to be honest.
This morning we came out a bit stronger, definitely a step in the right direction, especially one area that I really struggled with, we improved on, which was good. I was able to just be a bit more consistent and ride the bike, and we went faster and we weren't too bad. So we're in Q1, so the next session up is to go into Q1, so hopefully we can make another step with the bike and just get me more comfortable on the bike again, you know. It's a short lap, but it's quite tricky, it's quite a unique way of riding the circuit, and you've got to do a few things in a specific way to make the bike smooth and to make a fast time. So I'm still trying to figure out the bike and what it needs, and trying to make it a little bit better, easier to ride.
You made it then. Thanks for coming.
I don't want to say yeah, it's better.
What about with the head angle? Did that help your turn back?
It did help a bit, but it's only
Oh yeah, going into the session, I forgot to tell you.
Didn't you tell him that after?
I forgot. I thought you knew, but then I was like, oh yeah, I didn't tell him. He weren't here, was he? He weren't in the debrief, was he?
1 minute 10.
Bike feels alright, you know. Yeah. A little bit unstable on the brakes into like turn 3. You know, when you're like hard on the brake, the bike wants to kind of pick up and pitch a little bit. It does into turn 1, but I think the wind's not helping there because the wind's really behind you.
Pressure, mate.
So I sit on the traction to save it, one or the other. But it's not generating enough mechanical grip to be able to load the bike to then drive. It's like it's not recovering quick enough. Who was fastest? Sorry. what did they do? A 48. Oh, it's close.
Oh yeah, it's close.
Yeah.
For a lot of that session, you was like 0.0.
Yeah.
So it's all within like 1/10 of the top 6 or 7.
But now, my impression is now using all the
For all them races, it should be a big group here at the front, you know.
and it goes on like that.
Yeah.
And you go to the tail. So for me, you need to do a bit more stopping.
I've done the clutch up the past 6 years anyway.
Hey, senor.
Coronavirus.
BSB sprint race from eBay, and he got a good start as well with Jason O'Halloran just alongside him. It was Ray though that led into turn 1 from O'Halloran and the 2 FS3 Kawasaki's. Danny Buchan got a good start as well, around the outside of Jackson, up the inside of Rory Skinner to move up to 3rd on the opening lap. Skinner then made a move to get back up into the podium positions over at the hairpin. Kyle Ryde was making progress as he got past Rory Skinner for his first podium since Silverstone, the opening round. These 4 all going for 3rd place. Lee Jackson then managed to go through on Kyle Ryde, who lost momentum, and also up the inside at the hairpin went Danny Buchan. As the laps counted down though, there was no stopping Bradley Ray. It's a 3rd win of 2022 for him from Jason O'Halloran, and Skinner holds on to the podium on home soil. Billy McConnell was on pole position then for the Pirelli National Superstock Race 1 here ahead of Richard Kerr and Joe Francis. Not a great start from the Aussie though as they went into turn 1. It was Richard Kerr who took the lead ahead of Francis and Braden Elliott. Alex Olsen at this particular moment back in 5th place with the Paget's boys following in. The Irishman then, number 5, Richard Kerr led. Richard Kerr leading. And there was a big buckaroo moment there for Braden Elliott, the first of a few incidents on the start-finish straight in this race. McConnell managed to get through up into 3rd place as well. Billy McConnell then got himself up towards the front. Nice move, solid stuff on Richard Kerr to take the lead overall. It was a win for Billy McConnell here at Knockhill in the Superstock Thousands. Brad Ray on pole position then for Bennetts British Superbike Race 2 at Knockhill, and he got off to a great start as well down here into turn 1. He led from his teammate Kyle Ryde with Jason O'Halloran in 3rd, and the 2 Kawasaki's of Rory Skinner and Lee Jackson in hot pursuit. Good start also for Tommy Brightwell.
me cooking now.
These two boys have been absolutely stunning to watch so far this year, and they'll have another play later on. They finished second and third, but it was another win for the FHO. Jason O'Halloran's first ever win at Knockhill.
He tried to come back around the outside, whoever he was behind.
Yeah, and hit you.
Just hit me. I was like, whoa, that's the proper time.
Well, I was on the outside of you there, like not alongside, but here. So I had to go with you.
That didn't happen though, it'd been further forward than that.
We worked out it's your fault. It's a really good weekend, but to be honest, my last 2 weeks have been absolutely awesome.
Struggled in a few areas, and yesterday was really disappointing. Struggled a lot. Conditions weren't great. We had a few issues with myself and also with the bike. Looked to sort of rectify those today. Had a better warm up, so we'll try and make a better race today. I actually went faster in warm up on 27 lap old tyres, and I didn't qualify. So there's definitely been a bit of a step made, so hopefully we can continue that into the race and continue to make progress and just see if we can do a lot better than yesterday, really.
Second race of the weekend here at Knockhill for the Pirelli National Superstocks. It was McConnell on pole, but with Braden Elliott second on the grid, he went through into the lead, take the whole shot into turn one ahead of Davey Todd, with Richard Kerr in third. There was all sorts of moves going on further back. Lewis Rollo went up the inside of Tom Ward. Not a lot of room through there. Alex Olsen as well. Charlie Nesbitt, unfortunately for him, on the following lap. And big high side for him. So lucky not to have been collected. The Suzuki rider then crashing out here at Knockhill, but back to his feet. Braden Elliott then continued his lead. Further back there was an incident for Jack Nixon. Unfortunately he fell at the hairpin and got a little clip as well. Hopefully Jack's A-OK. Brilliant race there. Richard Kerr took the lead of the race ahead of Braden Elliott. Turn 3 in the background you'll see straight on down into the gravel trap for Braden Elliott, his first DNF of the season. Billy McConnell looking for win number 3 of the season. Richard Kerr looking for his first ever in the Pirelli National Superstock. They exchanged positions a number of times, but on the run to the line, it was Richard Kerr victorious by 0.02 of a second.
Well, obviously starting in 18th was never ideal, but that was completely my fault from yesterday. Really disappointing day yesterday. I wasn't pleased, obviously letting the team down a little bit, but sort of fired me up for today. We made a bit of a step with myself and the bike this morning in warm up. I actually obviously went faster in warm up than I had all weekend, so I knew had found something a little bit extra for the race. So yeah, started 18th. I think by turn 3 I was actually 9th or so, maybe 10th, and then unfortunately Charlie Nesbitt high side coming out of turn 3 right in front of me and slid right across the track, so I had to jam the brakes on, lost the place and also lost touch with the front group by about 2 or 3 seconds. So I knew I had to fight back straight away, get back to the front of the group that I was in. Went to make another pass, made it again, got closed in a bit on the hairpin. It was a bit of a late lunge, and unfortunately as the track sort of, as it gets to the top of the hill, the front just started to unload a little bit as I was starting to get the throttle on, and it just folded. Got hit pretty hard from a bike behind as well, so lucky to get away with that, which is always good. But no, to be honest, disappointing weekend. I'm glad that we found the step this morning in warm up and were able to continue it into a good few first laps of the race. Would have liked to have been able to actually finish the race and get a good result, but we'll look onto brands, and we've made a good step with the front forks this weekend as well, with the general front end. So I'm looking forward to trying that at a more normal track. But yeah, roll on brands, and thanks to all the team as usual for all their hard work.
Right, compose. But I'm getting a bit giddy now. Fucking hell, better than the racing. Yeah, the race was always going to be a little bit of a struggle starting P8. You know, turn 1 into here, unless you're on the front row, really, you're going to struggle to get with the leading pack. We had a good start considering, better than the race start yesterday, settled into a bit of a rhythm, tried to sort of bridge the gap to the people in front of me, passed a few into the hairpin, but we've just been lacking something this weekend, and normally we're strong on the brakes and we haven't been this weekend. I don't know if it's me or the bike or we've just not felt the love, but it's been a hard weekend for us. We come away with 2 fifths, you know, there's still points on the board. We go to Brands, which is better. It's a 20-minute drive from home. It's always better when you're a bit closer to home, and we like Brands. We've always gone well there. We've got a good track record of Brands, and I think it suits my style a bit more. And you know, we need to get back to winning ways, back to where the team needs to be, and get this championship back on the roll.
You are.
Hey, I couldn't see you. She's probably got a grid on it.
Can I have just one word about this race?
I don't have it.
how do we say something positive about this weekend?
Alex got a fifth.
Yeah, Alex got a fifth. That was good. Yeah, Alex was flying the flag for us. Definitely a difficult weekend. Probably the most difficult we've had actually as a race team, especially coming off the back of a successful 2 weeks in the TT. But yeah, I think we've shown pace as the weekend's gone on. Started off not particularly great. Pete had to get his head into short circuit racing, obviously. Ryan did actually do a little test here with the other two boys actually while we was over in the Isle of Man, so that was okay. And then Saturday we made some progress, to be honest, and the lap times were quite good. The wind was affecting us quite a lot, but times were okay. and then just getting into the races, it just I don't know. We seem to have a lot of bad luck at the minute. Pete's crash was nothing to do with him. He hit another rider, so that was who had crashed. So that's nothing you can do about that. Ryan actually also got punted onto the grass, and he was showing really strong pace until then. So, and even in the last race, then Ryan was strong. 10th was there, and then he just took the front. So, just one of them. Difficult weekend. Jack also had his first crash, which to be honest is I think he's done a mega job. It's round 4, and it's taken that for him to have a little crash, and it was only a little crash. So yeah, we can't be too mad with him at that really, and just try and keep the team spirits up. It happens. It is racing. We're going to go and press the reset button now. We've got a bit of downtime. To be perfectly honest, most of the team's fairly exhausted. This is our 8th weekend on the bounce, so we all need a bit of chill out time really, and yeah, a bit deflating really. But anyway, we've got a nice long drive home now. The boss has actually admitted it's her fault because she's not here, and it's the first time she's not been racing, so she's taking it on her shoulders to take the blame, so that's always good. But I'm sure we'll come back at Brands Hatch, and yeah, we'll hopefully be back to where we should be really. That's it, that's all I can say really. Stay positive, keep smiling. We've had some iron brew, we've had some weather, and now we're going home, so all good.